Mom! Mom, get the camera! Oh god, I just peeked my mic. Mom! Oh, boys, you did not see the 2.5 hours of attempts and cursing and rewatching Plywood and Jaguar King runs. That is what you didn't see. I think yeah, I'm pretty sure I hit my. Here, we'll like do it just to be sure. Pretty sure I hit the fucking woozle menu there on accident. So you know it's me playing. Because of course, the little bastard just has to make the UI fucking down and select just to make this so much harder. I mean, could have done LR select start, but no. All right, let's get through this cutscene here. Solid Snake! The name Legend may have been propaganda, but it seems no exaggeration. I want the truth. All of it. And nothing but the truth. A winner's privilege. After all, you have the right to know about Outer Heaven, Metal Gear, Project Babel, and the link between GLF and the US. Outer Heaven was a US-backed venture that provided mercenaries to its clients. It was a way to unofficially check anti-American forces, and the idea apparently originated with the DDCI of the time. What is that? Hold. Of course, my browser's always on my other monitor. Hold. Safety and mission critical software? That doesn't seem right. Or maybe it is, yeah. The privately held company providing software development of real-time operating systems. No. 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 Where's... What's it called? Is there like an acronyms.com? I know I've been to a place that has like a whole different acronym archive. No results found for DDCI. Deputy Director of Central Intelligence. Thank you. That took a while. The Deputy Director of Central Intelligence of the time, of course. What? But the field commander, Big Boss, was a loose cannon that broke out of the program, and Outer Heaven was brought down by you. As a part of a plausible denial of their involvement in Outer Heaven, the government constructed a hero myth, handed you and Foxhound to the international media. That is the truth behind your rise to the status of legend. Shocking, isn't it? To learn that your glory was a staged one? And the connection between GLF and the US? Even after Outer Heaven collapsed, the relationships went on, right into Project Babel. The US provided covert support for GLF. I was their field controller. The objective was diminishment of anti-American forces in the African continent. Provoke an ethnic minority in Gindra into a calculated conflict, then involve other neighboring nations. Create a climate of hostility to discourage organized alliance. and then send in a contingent of US-dominated peacekeeping troops for an indefinite stay, where they can exercise control over the entire region. It was a bid to build a new world order in the confusion of the post-Cold War era, a means to establish the US as the sole superpower, a single hegemony over the artificial Babel. Manageable chaos. That was Project Babel, the brainchild of Parker, Army Chief of Staff. The return for my services was a lavish reward and guarantee of safety. Here, take this floppy disk. This disk contains all the information that Parker ordered that woman soldier, Chris, to destroy. It's all here, proof of what I have just told you, including details of all bank transactions. There's enough dirt here to bring down some of the highest people in the government. This is like a bomb ready to explode. This too is the winner's privilege. Do with it what you like. You deceived your people all this time? Your followers believe in you. So does Sophie. Yes, Sophie. I left her, cruelly too. But still, she stayed with me as my lieutenant. But I never saw her smile after that. I didn't deceive them. I had no intention of being Parker's henchman in the first place. It was the aid I needed, and with it, I was going to break the bargain and build our country. The end justifies the means, especially when others have faith in the fiction. I only gave them the truth in the guise they wanted. Can a nation be built by those means have any value? Doesn't the world operate on what you call those means? Everyone just pretends. Like, he gets closer than... The voice gets closer and closer to liquid the more I talk. I'm losing it. Everyone just pretends otherwise. Justice and ideals are nothing but words after all. Well, well, so this is the way dreams end. Well, it's not the worst thing. Hell yep. Don't look at the camera, Snake. Viper! I forget. Oh yeah, his voice was like, oh man, what even was it? I remember whatever it was, it destroyed my throat. We tried to make him sound like Gray Fox, that's right. He looks like Frank. I told you it's not over yet. Viper. Still, thanks for saving me the trouble of removing the General. He controlled Metal Gear to the end, and I had the pleasure of listening to your conversation. And so finally, I know the identity of 4chan. It was worth the trouble of leading you all the way out here. You. This was all a ploy to bring 4chan into the open. Seizure of Metal Gear, leading you and Campbell out here to outer heaven. All part of the plan. What does the Colonel have to do with... Oh, fuck. Sorry, Sorry, I was mocking you for a second. What does the Colonel have to do with this? You don't know what he did. Your dear friend Roy Campbell was in command of Foxhound that night 2 years ago. The Colonel! I figured that when Metal Gear's history repeated itself, and you and Campbell were pulled into the fray, 4chan would have to get involved. 2 years I've waited for this moment. 2 long years. Damn it. The decision to call Campbell in and to send me was made at the highest level. How could I have been involved in that process? This is how. Dang it, I was just trying to get back to gameplay, man. Snake, we have a problem. The 5th Black Chamber. What? Hey! Who's it gonna be? Colonel? What's going on? I'm gonna take a guess. I'm gonna take a hot guess right now. Hey, the fifth Black Chamber member was right here. Who is this? Oh, well. Dang it. Yeah, I mean, fair enough.
McBride. Surprise, Snake. After I survived 2 years ago, I parted from the others and slipped into your side. I changed everything, my face, name, past, to gather information for our cause. Everything I did was for this moment. Do it, Viper, this is it!
You may forget or refuse to acknowledge it, but our hell goes on. And it will go on until we destroy all of you, not just 4chan. What did you just do? The bolts of vengeance, preparing for nuclear strike. How can that be? Metal Gear was destroyed. You're a fool. Do you think Metal Gear was just an armored transport for a nuclear payload? What? The nature of this beast is an integrated launch system with real-time relay control of 7 armed satellites, all with nuclear capabilities. The railgun is just the cherry on top. Armed satellites? Nuclear strike from planetary orbit? That's right. Able to strike any point on Earth without relying on ICBMs, and impossible to defend against. You're going to murder millions of innocent people for your own personal vengeance? Innocent. Grazing on spoon-fed justice and order, content to ignore what goes on behind the fine words. Their crime is equal to that of 4chan. No, their complacency is what makes 4chan possible. This strike is for my murdered comrades. But that won't be the end. This is a declaration of war against 4chan.
I mean, the Patriots weren't really established yet. So we have no idea who this anonymous individual really is.
I've just activated the elevator. Once Metal Gear is out on the surface, its signals will be transmitted, and those 7 satellites will enter attack mode. In 90 seconds.
I will stop you!
Okay, Snake. Give it your best shot. This is your last fight. Come on.
Alright, well, firstly, let me hit the hardest of saves. Well, hopefully that worked. Sorry, Mei Ling. I guess Campbell's probably gone too, huh? Yeah. And Chris is gone too. Man. Chris!
Snake, the elevator's going up! Once it's out on the surface, it's all over. You gotta take Viper down before then. Oh my god!
Man, I wasn't actually planning on doing this, because this is the last boss fight, Viper is. I wasn't actually planning on doing this and finishing the game, but I might as well. We've gone too deep. We're trying to keep up above our heads, but it's just not going to happen. Oh man, there was a... I kind of just got to take a breather for a second. This is almost 3 hours of attempts. My god, that boss is so bad. I mean, it's not even like, well, the fact that like the only place that you can avoid damage is a glitch spot in first phase, and then the missiles are just like completely random. They're if your hardware isn't slowing down, then they're basically unstoppable. And that might actually be part of the problem, is that the game is running too fast on GBA. Because the missiles actually looked slower on for Plywood and Jaguar King, which I assume they're using emulator. So who knows? Who knows? But yeah, my God, that's a top fiver for sure. I'm trying to think like what else is that bad. Like there's Rex, Metal Gear Rex, and the Hind D in MGS, and then Liquid Ocelot. Those are the three that really stand out as the worst fights in the series. After that's kind of a wash. Like the Fury's kind of shit. Yeah, I mean that's definitely top 5 though. That fight is so broken, it's insane. Oh man. In the I think in the GDC, Plywood actually made sure he had 3 rations so he could just tank a lot of the unavoidable damage in that fight. Oh man. I got so close so many times as well, just to die to a fucking missile, or like, oh my God, it's the first phase where he's like trying to step on you is broken as fuck too. I forgot that's the actual first phase, where like you can't, like the machine gun just comes at you completely randomly, so there's no predicting that, and if the what's the name of this Metal Gear? Gander, I think, is what it said. If Gander takes a step right when the machine gun starts, then it'll actually drown out the machine gun, and like that sound effect won't play at all. So you're probably just gonna get shot, because hearing it coming is integral to dodging it. It's way too fast. Yeah, and him just like putting down his foot and then fucking like picking it up again. He actually did it. There were several times where he started to place his foot. I put a bomb under it. He moved. I put another bomb under it, and then he fucking moved again. That happened 3 or 4 times in however many, probably 40 attempts. Yeah, and then fucking Jesus. Like sometimes he just steps on you. Like sometimes he just takes a step right in the middle of you planting a thing, like way fucking like seconds faster than he usually does. And you know, on very hard we have 3 hits basically, because I got to the point where with the glitch spot I wasn't taking damage from the machine guns anymore, and I got some good advice on GameFAQs that you could chaff the orange boys. What are they called? Wisps. That you could chaff those, which no one fucking told me. Thanks, Codec crew. That's cool of you. So yeah, what I was trying to do, like my original plan when I came back to it was just to pound the machine guns. But if you do that, the wisps come so often that that you run out of chaff, or at least, you know, I only had 4 chaff. And it's just kind of RNG whether they come. I got really lucky in I think they didn't even come once, at least until missile phase in the actual successful attempt. So God, just it reminds me of Liquid Ocelot, where it's a 3-stage fight and there's like 4 things wrong with every stage. It's so bad. My God. And it's like made it so much harder to dodge the missiles because of the fucking UI activating constantly. I took a lot of deaths to that. And then fucking I'm colorblind, so if a missile is coming on the right side and it's in like with the green shit, I can't see it at all. So man, it's just what a fucking struggle. Not as many attempts as the Rays, but this fight is just so much more broken than the Rays. It's definitely like Liquid Ocelot levels of broken. Jeez. So glad it's over. Finally over. Alright. I think I'm okay. Let's talk to our boys here. I guess everyone's gone. Never mind. I don't know why Weasel, we can't talk to him, but that's alright. Thank God we got full health to fight Viper with. No rations. I assume this is going to be a fist fight, but I don't know. We'll just have to get into it and see what's what. So, here we go. Oh, that's right. You guys won't get audio. Piss. Let me go ahead and end this video here, and I'll upload it, and then we'll, I'll stream the next time. Man, I kind of, like, I don't even want to risk turning it off, because maybe it didn't save, because you know how this fucking game is. I'm honestly, like, not... Like, now that I know the strats, and started using all the various cheese and brokenness needed to beat this shit, I'm kind of confident that I can beat it again without too much trouble. Because, like, once... I basically have, like, getting to missile phase completely down, as you saw. And then from there, I just, like, these last 2 or 3 attempts, I started pause buffering, so yeah. Again, thanks to Plywood and Jaguar King. You guys are fucking legends. My god. So yeah, I'm actually gonna save a 3rd time, and let me, you know what, here, so that you guys will feel my pain. You'll get to see the live reaction of if it actually fucking saved or not. Before we do that, let's just see how Viper is real quick. Okay, it uses flashbangs.
Do you think that I fight dirty? Are you...
It's like turning into something else entirely. It's like turning into Hulk Hogan.
I use any means to see fit to curry your revenge, brother.
I can't do it, my voice is so wrecked. Oh, what's up? Oh, I forgot how to punch. Whoa! Alright, that's a thing. I actually heard someone say on GameFAQs that he's really fucking easy. So we could just give it a couple attempts real quick, see if we can beat him. Totally forgot punching was A. I don't know if I actually want to punch him, but my options are kind of slim. I guess we can use a gun. I've non-lethaled everything except for that one guard and the bosses, so yeah, I mean, fuck it. Why not use a gun? Not having a radar is suboptimal.
We will have our vengeance no matter what.
This just seems like super RNG.
I won't be beaten. I owe that much to my fallen comrades.
Big puss energy.
Victory is ours in 65 seconds.
Or he sounds like some... The voice is turning into like, what is it? God damn it. It's like a teacher from some cartoon that I can't remember. Not Jimmy Neutron. I'll remember in a couple weeks, I'm sure.
My every move is a testament to my comrades' lives. Oh shit, I'll read that later.
Yes, I think I just really want to chase him down. It's more the time issue here.
I will see retribution!
Ah, fuck, sorry. I'm like so ready to get back into the fight. Wow, he actually has hitboxes that aren't weighted, that are weighted against him? That's kind of crazy.
Even if I have to crawl to deliver it.
Is he on his knees?
I've lived for nothing else till now. My every move is... Okay. You have no idea of how much greater my cause is.
I don't know, man. My cause is pretty great. Until he betrays me at the end of Peace Walker. My cause is an awesome cause. How is that terrible? Come on, man. I'm doing my best out here. I'm playing your bad game. Oh, man. I hope the ending's worth it, because fuck, dude. That's pretty painful. That was actually the most anticlimactic boss fight in the entire series, though. Like, the series is kind of known for anticlimactic final bosses. Between, like... Well, actually Liquid's pretty good, just because he has so many phases. I guess you technically fight Liquid 4 times, don't you? Hindy, Rex with 2 phases. Fist fight, Jeep escape. So, hot damn. Oh, man. Alright.
I've shut down the controls. There's no way to launch now.
I'm out. Peace, motherfuckers.
How could I be beaten by you? Snake, how do you do it? How do you keep fighting? Living? For what? Whom? In the name of what cause? It's over. My comrades. I didn't do right by you all.
Viper. Is that Chris? Sophie. See, like, why does she have, like, the exact same character model as Chris? For no reason. Like, just so they could do that one Hindy fake out for, like, 5 minutes? That's dumb, because she has blue hair. And dark skin. Like, why? It's so weird. I forget. Oh, she was like snake. It's like snake.
It's you.
Oh yeah, see, like from the front, you can see that she has dark skin. Like what? It's so weird.
The General.
I heard all of it, including the part about GLF in the US.
I see. What will you do now?
Stay here.
With GLF?
Yes.
Continue the General's work?
Right now, I don't even know whether I loved him or hated him. I just couldn't leave his side. His ideals may have been faked, but they weren't empty. That's what I think. And... oh, excuse me. Ah, Jesus. And there's still many here... There are many here who still believe that too. We'll work together to build a country of our own, for ourselves. This time with real ideals. There she is.
Snake! It's her! Don't keep her wait. What?
I won't.
Lies. Lies and deception.
He called your name, you know, at the end.
I guess he kind of did. Sort of. A little bit.
Did he? Did he?
Ah, jeez.
Snake! I got us a Jeep!
I can see that. Thank you.
Good work.
Is it over?
Yes, it's all over.
Is it? What about her?
She's strong, and she'll become even stronger.
You don't have to go with her?
To GLF? Why?
Nothing, really. Let's get out of here.
Right. Wait, there's the codec.
Be Mei Ling. Be
Snake. Colonel, everything all right? Yeah, I put a bullet in McBride. You?
Snake, I owe you an apology. It's true that I was in charge of Black Chamber's termination. We were told that there was a terrorist group coming in. Secret liquidation on a dark night. Only when it was all over was I told that the target had been one of our own, an American unit.
Was that the reason for your retirement?
Yes. I lived with the guilt these 2 years, but when they hijacked Metal Gear, I was called in by NSA Chief Steve Gardner, the mission controller.
So you took the job to confront the past?
A job which was offered to me with the alternative of making the incident public, along with evidence that it was I who planned the thing. Who planned the thing.
Blackmail, huh? But how would Gardner know about that?
Probably dug it up somewhere. He is a former CIA director.
Former DCI? Don't tell me. 7 years ago, during the Outer Heaven incident, who was the DDCI?
Now you've got it. Gardner was the Deputy Director of Central Intelligence, all right.
Weasel?
He was the one who organized Outer Heaven and the development of Metal Gear. Metal Gear used to be under CIA control, like Viper said. Gardner was also the one who salvaged the Metal Gear you totaled from Outer Heaven and continued the development program.
I mean, he didn't salvage it. It's right. It's like 2 doors down, man. Well, 3 doors down, technically.
And continued the development program. In other words, Project Babel was actually his idea. But 2 years ago, Metal Gear was seized by foreign terrorists, and as a result, the control of the weapon and the leadership of Project Babel was transferred away to Parker and the Army. And Gardner had Black Chamber erased to ensure their silence.
Ugh. Gardner is anonymous? Weasel, you're not...
Under Gardner's direct command? You guessed it, Snake.
What?
And another thing, Gardner knew who McBride was from the beginning.
What?
Well, it was Gardner who leaked the intel about Metal Gear to McBride and Black Chamber to begin with.
For what purpose?
I see it. Gardner was setting Parker up. Right. If GLF seizes Metal Gear and goes out of control, the blame will land on Parker with his longtime aide to GLF. And Metal Gear and Project Babel will return happily ever after to Gardner's arms.
Could he possibly have engineered Black Chamber's contact with GLF?
I don't know, but it could be.
That Gardner planned this whole thing just to regain Metal Gear and Project Babel.
Oh god.
Nice of you to chime in, Mailing.
Weasel, if you're under orders from Gardner, don't you have another job to carry out? To kill us all once the mission has succeeded?
Sharp, Snake. That's exactly right.
So that's the real reason a mercenary of your standing wasn't sent on the field.
Right again. I'm about the only person who can take on the legend.
Weasel, you're going to kill us?
Like I said, it's a policy of mine to earn my keep.
How could you?
So I'd like to say, but unfortunately, I kind of like you people.
Yeah! Hell yeah, dude.
Especially your bleeding heart ways, you fucking libtards.
Sorry. Oh, shit. I was just quoting Kenneth Baker.
Totally wrong for a combat situation, you know. It's been a while since I met people like you.
Weasel?
Get out of here. I'll feed some story to Gardner. Probably get only half my pay for letting you escape, but who cares?
Are you going to be alright? You could be in danger.
I know how to take care of myself, don't you worry.
Thank you, Weasel. I'll repay the debt someday.
I won't be counting on it. If I could live the way you people do, maybe I wouldn't have had to let my brother die.
The colonel and the rest are all right.
Good.
Let's go.
I had nothing around me that I could believe in. Not my parents, not anyone else.
That is not a Jeep. That's a dune buggy. First of all.
That's why I joined the army. It gave me a sense of right and wrong, of justice and purpose. But that wasn't the right way. Beliefs can't be borrowed. They have to be looked for and thought about by yourself. I have to face myself and start searching. And I will find it.
That's good.
But if possible, maybe I could make that search with you at my side?
Yeah, I'd like that too.
Really?
Really. I came to Outer Heaven to settle a score with the past. That was what I thought. But that wasn't the truth. I realized that when I met you. What I really wanted was death. What I wanted after everything had been decided was for someone to take my life. I must have been afraid of seeing what was left standing of myself as I really was.
Is that how you still feel?
No. I think I want to live. Accept myself. Forgive myself. Life is worth living, even if it hurts you. Even if you hurt in it. You taught me that. You were my salvation.
Snake,
That's why I've decided to go back.
Back? To the States?
Uh-huh.
Don't! There's no way they'll let you go. They'll be waiting for you. And it's probably Foxhound.
I know that. But I have to go back.
Why?
To understand. Why we had to fight this fight. What it was that I did. And who saw what Snake was. I'm going to confront the faceless men who play chess with people's lives and hearts in the shadows so that I can understand. And they will confess. Every conspiracy they wove, every victim left on the trail of their private gain, everything. It's the only thing I can do for the casualties of their and my dirty war.
Snake,
Unless I do that, there will be no forgiveness and nothing to find for me. Don't worry. I'm going back so that I can live. When I've made them pay, I'll be back. Will you wait for me?
you can count on it.
Holy shit. Kojima did not write the story. That is a lie. Oh, man. Yeah, see, thank you. I guess original story is what they meant. Oh, man. The music was... okay. It was alright, I guess. The story of this game is just a fucking mess. Like, just like the rest of it. Like... oh, see, like, what... boss battle system. I don't know, like, some of the... oh, Jesus. The four, or I guess 3 of the Black Chamber fights were really good. And the Hind fight was pretty good. You know, decent enough. As good as you can make a Hind fight in 2D. But God, the level design is just fucking terrible. Like, it's really bad. And I had high hopes for it too, because the first like 2 stages were pretty good, but after that it's just awful. God, from like the server room, the conveyor belts, the constant backtracking, it's the worst. Man. Yeah, like, the story kind of pulls itself together at the end, but there's just so little setup for what they were trying to, well, what they were apparently trying to do throughout the entire game that it's just not, doesn't land at all. And like, where the fuck is Jimmy, by the way? Fuck Jimmy. Oh, he exploded. That's right. I forgot about that. My bad. That's why thinking he was the 5th Black Chamber member was dumb. I thought that momentarily when enemies killed 2. So I think that checks out with where we were at the time. I think that checks out that like they were actually keeping track of my kills. Man. I like some of it. They actually by the end they did take Snake's character arc in a new direction, um, and we actually got a lot of character development for. Well, maybe not a lot. We got some character development for Mei Ling, more than we saw in the original MGS at least. Uh, yeah, it's bad. I don't. I mean, you guys have been with me for this whole thing. You understand. You know, like that that final the fight against Gander was just the straw that broke the camel's back. It's the cherry on top of a shit sundae. Um, which is unfortunate because it looks beautiful. Um, and like the presentation is great. They have some decent enough. Well, a lot of the better cinematography was toward the beginning. They didn't really keep that up as much as I had hoped, but man, I was found and lived 33 times? Huh. I guess cuz it's not counting my as far as playtime is concerned, it's not counting all of it. So, oh man. Yeah, where is this in the Metal Gear ranking? Pretty low. Like, honestly, I think Metal Gear 1 and 2 are pretty superior experiences. Sorry if you can hear that. uh, yeah, like, even Metal Gear 2's backtracking is nothing compared to this game's padding. And then, like, Metal Gear 1's like dumb mechanics like the wall punching, uh it really doesn't take all that long. uh and that game's actually just pretty well designed, um where each of the levels are really varied and fun to play through, and you have a really cool Metroidvania feel throughout the entire thing. uh God, yeah, what the fuck were they thinking with the level design, man? It's so bad. The music, it was fine. It just didn't really stand out a lot. And granted, I don't know like how the GBC's chips, sound chip measures up to the MSX's, but certainly, uh, you were able to have some pretty sick tracks on throughout Metal Gear 1 and 2. I'd have to honestly, I don't remember too much of it, so I'd have to listen to the soundtrack on my own time, which is basically always what I do. I always listen to the OST of a game in its entirety after I finish it. So, uh, yeah, I wish it was a lot better. Because I really, and I think I've expressed this a couple times, I went in really ready to love this game. And I did enjoy my first like 4 to 5 hours with it immensely. Um, Pretty much everything until Slasher Hawk. And like not that Slasher Hawk isn't a good boss fight. I think it's pretty decent. But just that's when the level design really started to take a turn for the worse. Uh, one of I think my favorite moment during this game was blowing up the wall in front of Jimmy's cell, and they actually like programmed that's another thing is that I think I had to look that up, just because it's like geographically it's so hard to get your bearings without an actual, not just a mini map but a map that you can open. And eventually I would have found that wall with the mini map, but yeah, That actually reminded me of I don't know if you guys watched Natasha Neander's playthrough Metal Gear Solid recently, which was an amazing playthrough. She is so funny. Uh, she tried to use and I think I did this actually my first playthrough. She tried to use the ketchup in the holding cell when Johnny was just kind of turned away, but not really. He wasn't in the bathroom. Uh, and of course, he laughs at her, and she says like, "Oh my god, this is the most embarrassing day of my fucking life." I've never been more embarrassed in my fucking life. It's just like, that's exactly how I felt blowing through that wall. That was the best. And that they actually, like, they planned for that and had a line with Jimmy and everything. So good. The Marionette Owl fight was pretty decent. It's just, it kind of sucks that it was in a game where you have the restrictions of Metal Gear, right? Because there's just so much constant, like you spend more time paused in that fight than you do actually fighting the boss, just because you can't. There's no method of easily switching between your night vision and your thermal. But it's a cool idea for a boss. It's original, certainly. I don't think we've had anything else like that. So that was cool. What was the other one? Pyro Bison was pretty weak, I'd say. And it's again, it's so hard to make those maze bosses, like the Ravens, the Fury. It's really hard to not make them feel samey. They had a chance, but in MGS3, but they fucked it up. Yeah, Pyro Bison's just not interesting or original. I mean, look at the guy. He's literally just Raven, but he has a flamethrower this time. Like, it's not... it's not a very interesting boss. Slasher Hawk is kind of RNG, but it's a cool design overall. I thought it was pretty fun. Viper, what the fuck? And granted, I used guns, but still. That was, yeah, when they said he was piss easy, they were not joking around. But, I mean, it's also a nice break to have after Gander. Let's see, the Hind fight. I think it was handled a bit better in Metal Gear 2. Just because it's a bit more dynamic. You spend a lot of time just kind of waiting in this Hind fight. Yeah, it's okay. The hitboxes on the machine guns are so fucked. I got hit by that so many times when I should not have. Oh, man. Both on the Hindy and for Gander, especially for Gander, I'd say. There's actually two spots that are completely breasted, broken. Jesus, what was I trying to say there? Busted and broken is what I was trying to say. Oh my god. Yeah. What games after this? Let's see. I think it's Acid 1. It's probably not mobile, I'd imagine. Let's see. Oh yeah, and sorry for not having webcam. I'm recording this off of the Elgato software directly. So it's oh yeah, our death count, just add like 40 onto whatever we had. 40 or 45, something like that. Where is the pick? God damn it. Please hold. Yes, so next is Acid 1. Okay. Actually, we have both of the acids right in a row. Mobile came out that late? I didn't even know that N-Gage was still around at that point. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, 2008. Man. That's crazy that it still came out for the N-Gage. We will be emulating that just because there is eBay or otherwise no legal way to access it. So sorry, Konami. I'll pay you $8 or whatever, however much it was. If you contact me, I'll send you 2,000 yen in the mail. Yeah, it was around that long. Wow. Okay, so it was actually discontinued in 2009. Interesting. Yeah, not many games worth playing on the N-Gage. Gotta be honest. I think what was it, Ashen? Was an original FPS that's supposed to be decent. Oh yeah, and there's the Elder Scrolls game as well, Shadow Key. That's about it. You got so many terrible PS1 ports. They put X-Men Legends on... Dude, I gotta look up footage of that. Hold on. X-Men Legends on the N-Gage? Holy shit. Is there any footage? Please. Yes. What does this look like? Oh my god, it's a faithful port. Oh my god. It's actually like it's actually just the Xbox version. That's kind of insane. Wow. Color me impressed. It's not exactly, it's like, it's isometric and has like pseudo 3D, but still, that's pretty amazing. All right, sorry, I'm just talking to myself at this point. Yeah, so we'll start up Acid pretty soon. Hopefully that'll be fun. I know nothing besides it's like a turn-based strategy game, I think, with cards somehow. Hopefully it's weird and interesting and fun. Yeah, I'd say like Ghost Babel's probably better than... It's about as padded as V. Let's see. It's probably better than Snake's Revenge. Well, let me get that out of the way. It is better than Snake's Revenge. It's better than Rising. Probably better than Metal Gear NES. Probably. And then that's it. That's about where it sits for me right now. Yeah, expected a lot more. Sad panda. But maybe I'll like it the next time I play it in a couple years. Not anytime soon. All right, I think that's all I have to ramble about for the time being. So I will see you guys when I stream Acid, which I want to try and do like a one. Thanks for that. I want to try and do like a one stream a week sort of deal. Hopefully that's what it ends up being on the weekends, and it'll probably just be like 2 hours, unfortunately. But I want to stream and make actual videos and not have one overpower the other. So, and actual videos take a lot more time. Oh yes, the 360 collection video is like 2/3 done. Yeah, I'm almost done writing it and gathering footage, and then editing it's actually the much less time consuming portion. So I'm hoping to get that out. I kind of want to power through it, and I'm hoping to get that out by like the 21st, ideally. We'll see. I also just haven't been working on it too consistently, and again, it takes a long time. It takes a long time to make a video like that. So thank you guys for remaining. Well, thank you for some of you guys for remaining patient. I'm working my heart out. I'm probably just going to make the digital titles a separate video, just to get part 2 out a bit sooner, because the digital portion won't require as much work. But it'll be long enough to where it'll kind of negate the reason why I split them up in the first place, was to keep them less than an hour, ideally. So yeah, I think I'm gonna split that out. But I'm excited to do that. There's a lot of really cool download-only titles for the 360. It was such a cool time. Okay, sorry. Jesus. I'll see you guys later. Have a good night. Let's see if there's any, like... stage selects. Who is that? I guess that's Mei Ling. It's kind of hard to tell. Huh, weird. All right. Oh, of course. Ghost Babel ranks. No. Codename. There it is. What did we get? Oh. Well. There's actually only Big Boss requirement listed here, so I have no idea. I assume we got Sloth for getting terrible rank in every stage. Which I would like to say is some bullshit. The requirements are fairly simple in that it only requires a specific time to finish the game, which in itself is divided into how long it takes to defeat each boss. Okay. So yeah. Sloth was for being slow as fuck. I'll have to see what the fastest time is. I'm gonna actually go watch that Plywood speedrun they did at I don't know if it was GDQ or something. He was commentating, so. Alright, I will see you guys later. Have a wonderful night. And hopefully we have better Metal Gears ahead of us. Hell yeah.